everyone, welcome to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you my wedding reception makeup look. The wedding reception is next week and today I'm just going to practice what I'm planning to do. So this video is to practice as well as to show you what I'm planning to do. In case I do something different on that day, I'll just write it on the screen. So let's get started with the video now. So skin prep is really important in any makeup application because your canvas has to be prepped for the makeup you're going to put on it, okay? So whatever skin prep I am doing might not work for you if you have a different skin type. So make sure to prep your skin according to your skin type. My skin is dry and when I put makeup on top, my skin feels really cakey and like cracky. Like I feel very dry on my skin. So I'm going to put a lot of hydrating and moisturizing primers and moisturizers. So if you have oily skin, don't do all of that. Just focus on hydrating moisturizer first and then you can apply mattifying primers and you have to apply powder. Usually I don't apply a lot of powder because I like to keep my makeup pretty dewy, but since it's for a reception and there are going to be photographs taken, powder looks really good on photos, and also to make it last longer you have to apply powder. So that's why I'm going to be setting my makeup with powder. So to be able to do that, my skin has to have that moisture or hydration underneath. So I'm going to be applying a lot of primers. So I'm going to start my makeup in the afternoon because we have to leave in the evening. So I'm giving myself 3 hours at least to get ready. So I would recommend you to wash your face at least 1 hour before you start with your makeup so that your face is clean. So I had bath sometime back, so of course I washed my face and then I spritzed my face with the MAC Fix Plus. I did not want to apply a moisturizer because I'm anyway going to be applying a lot of primers, so I don't want it to be very greasy, so I just used this spray. And if you have dry skin, I would highly recommend this because it's so hydrating and very moisturizing. It gives a dewy look. Right now I'm not feeling dry at all, otherwise without moisturizer I feel so dry, but just with this spritz my skin is feeling so moisturized. So this is what I used some time back, and instead of applying a moisturizer I'm going to use the Smashbox primerizer. I'm going to take a little bit of this and apply it all over my face. Also moisturize your lips. This is really important because you don't want your lips to look cracky when you apply lipstick. So I'm using this Laneige lip mask. You can use any lip balm which you have. I'm going to apply a thick layer of it, and also make sure to scrub your lips, like to exfoliate your lips, because that also helps with the dryness. So now I'm going to let it sit for some time. If you're giving yourself a lot of time to apply makeup, while layering primers, make sure one primer is completely absorbed. Like give it at least few seconds or few minutes to get absorbed. Don't just go overboard with it because all the primers are going to mix with each other and might not do its job. At least I feel that way. So give it at least a few seconds to really make your skin get used to that primer and then go on with the next primer. Now I'm again going to spritz the MAC Fix Plus because I had spritzed it some time back and now my face is again feeling dry, so just a quick spray. And again I'm going to let it get absorbed. Next I'm taking the Becca Backlight Priming Filter and apply on my face, all over my face. Not applying a lot in this area because here I have a lot of open pores, so I'm going to anyway apply a pore filling primer there. So there's no point applying a lot of other primers here. Don't take too much because your makeup does become greasy. By mistake, if you end up applying too much, don't directly start with your makeup. Let it get absorbed because after some time it does become less, like your skin does absorb a lot of it. So then that's not going to be a problem. Even if you're not able to remove the extra thing, just wait for some time. That's why start your makeup much before you have planned, so that in case of any emergencies you have time to fix your makeup. So I really love the dewiness it gives to my skin. Like it gives you that inner glow kind of a look. And also keep your touch-up makeup kit ready because if you don't have a makeup artist with you and you have to travel somewhere else for your wedding, you need to have a touch-up kit in case something goes wrong. And the touch-up kit should include products which can be used to fix your makeup or touch up your makeup. I've made a list of my touch-up products. In case you want me to do a separate video on that, please let me know. I would love to share that. One more tip would be to remove your eye boogers. I know it might be common sense, but before you start with your makeup, make sure your eyes are clean. because after you apply eye makeup, especially kajal and everything, that tends to come out more. So now that the primer is sitting well on the skin. I'm going to take the Farsali liquid glass. This is just so hydrating and so moisturizing. If you have dry skin, this is going to feel really good. Just going to drop a few drops. Oh, spread it all over. If you have combination skin, like if your T-zone is very oily and the rest of the skin is dry, then put the hydrating or moisturizing primers on your dry areas and put the mattifying primers on the T-zone. If you get very oily here, which most of us get, don't apply a lot of moisturizer there because it's going to peek through, and anyway your oil is going to come out. I love to look greasy like this before I start with my makeup. It just makes my skin feel very hydrated and moisturized. For the next primer, I'm using the Benefit Professional Primer, and I'm going to be applying only on the sides of my nose and a little bit on my nose as well, because here I have a lot of open pores and after I apply makeup it doesn't look good. I'm just going to slightly push it in my skin and also spread it. Next, I'm going to take the Maybelline Age Divine Concealer. This is in the shade Caramel. It is a bit dark for me, so I'm going to use it kind of to color correct. Here I have a lot of darkness and pigmentation, so I'm going to apply a little bit of the concealer here. Basically, wherever I have pigmentation, I'm going to apply it there. I'm just going to lightly dab it using this brush. All the products and all the brushes I'm using will be listed down in the description box below. I'm doing this because if you directly apply your foundation where you have pigmentation, sometimes it looks grey, you know. If your foundation is not able to cover it, then it's better to go with a color corrector or a darker shade of concealer beforehand. And I'm not going to apply this concealer under my eyes because it's too heavy, and I'm also going to be applying foundation and other concealer. Instead, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer and use it under my eyes, really focusing where I have that darkness, and again lightly press it using this concealer brush. Make sure when you're blending your concealer, look up so that the skin is flat. I have a lot of lines there, a lot of us do. So whatever products you're applying should be applied evenly, otherwise it will look like it's creasing. So look up and dab. It makes sure it's applied in each and every crack or crevices, whatever it's called. And just take your time to blend out. Okay, because extra product sitting especially on this area can crease. Your under area is very thin, so it creases very fast. Next, I'm going to contour my face using this contour stick. I'm not doing it after my foundation because I don't want a harsh contour. I want it to look very minimal, like barely even there. And one more reason why I'm doing it before is that if I apply foundation and when you blend the contour stick, all the work I've done to cover these dark spots, that's gonna go away. I mean, it is possible to do it without spoiling it, but it's gonna be more difficult and I simply don't wanna do that. So I'm going to apply this first and then apply the foundation to cover the dark spots. So just draw a line, like a rough line connecting these two. Don't draw the line entirely, just a little bit. You can go a little bit extra if you're applying it before foundation. If you're applying it later, then be careful. Don't apply too much. The contour stick I'm using is by K-Beauty. This is in the shade Caramel Focus. Also applying it here. I know it's messy, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna blend it out anyway. This looks so funny. Also contouring my nose. I'm using the small tiny brush. You can use a bigger brush also to blend it out. My jawline is looking so funny. And also blend it upwards. So after I apply my foundation, everything's just gonna look even and that contour is gonna peek through a little bit, not much. That's what I'm looking for actually. I would also recommend you to get a zoom mirror like this so that you can really see yourself. I'm not going to blend a lot of this contour because I want my nose contour to be there little bit. For the foundation, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade Cashew, and Cashew is a bit dark for me, so I also got the shade Rattan or Rattan, I don't know how it's pronounced, to mix with it. This is very light for me and this is a bit dark for me. The shade which is in between these two is Tawny, but I didn't like Tawny, it was pinkish, and these two shades looked warm to me, so that's why I got this. So I'm going to take more of Cashew and little bit of Rattan because it looks very light. I have tried mixing it before, so I know the amount I'm going for right now. I feel like a scientist. So this is the concentration. This is Cashew, that is Rattan, and I'm going to mix everything and just draw lines. I'm not applying a lot here because I'm going to apply a brightening concealer there, and it does look cakey because I have a lot of wrinkles on my forehead, so I'm avoiding applying a lot of cake there. Now I'm going to blend this foundation slowly. Also applying it under my eyes a little bit, like blending it there. Really take your time to blend, okay, especially your foundation. Also applying it on my ears because sometimes my ears look completely different color. My contour is almost gone. That's what I wanted. Just you can see a little bit of it on my nose, but yeah, that's it. I'm not very comfortable with harsh contours. Most step I forgot to show you. So I'm just taking my stroke cream and apply it on my neck and chest area. Make sure to apply body lotion before, okay? Don't directly apply the stroke cream because your skin has to be hydrated before, and then apply this. It's gonna look the best if you apply both. I'm just going to take a little bit of Ratan, okay, because the foundation is still looking dark compared to my neck. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but face is looking very warm and this is looking very light. And apply a bit on top. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Fit Me concealer in the shade Honey. Apply a tiny dot on my spot. Very lightly touch it, like I'm barely even touching my face. Very lightly. Tap, tap, tap. And dab around it. Next, to brighten the center of my face, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Sand. Applying a bit here. I'm going to blend this first because it dries really fast, and then it's very difficult to blend once it dries. So I'm going to first blend this and then apply in the center of my face. Also apply on my eyelids, whatever's left on the blender. Just apply a little bit more on the sides of my nose, okay? Just to enhance my nose. Now I'm going to highlight the center. Just a little bit here, like right under that contour, and blend it downwards, okay? Now time to powder. Now while powdering, make sure your beauty blender is damp, okay? It should not have any excess water because if the water gets mixed with the powder, it becomes a mess. I have experienced that, okay? So make sure there's nothing, and to really make sure there's no water, dampen your beauty sponge. Remove all the excess water. Take a tissue paper or any cloth and just press it so that the water is absorbed, and let it sit for some time. Like for example, I use this beauty blender for my foundation and everything, right? So it's been like more than half an hour since I have wet it. So now there's no excess water, okay? So make sure there's no excess water at all if you don't want to ruin your makeup. So I'm using this Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade Light, 15 Light. This is a bit pink for me, but it does give little coverage. So what I'm gonna do is take little bit, okay, not much, just remove the excess, and I've barely taken anything. Look up and press. This is just for the first layer of powder. I'm going to apply more powder on top, the K-Beauty one. This is just for that first layer of powder. That's why I'm taking very little. And while applying powder, look up and apply so that it goes in all the lines. Also taking this powder and applying it here, like where I have open pores, because this does blur out the pores, and applying it here because I have a lot of smile lines, okay? So I'm just going to bake a little bit here. I'll dust it off later. Now I'm going to take the K-Beauty loose powder in the shade Banana. This is more like a brightening powder for me. It's warm, so I like warm powders. Dunk it in. And I'm also going to lightly set the rest of my face using the same powder. I'm not applying too much on the rest of my face, very minimal, like just whatever's left on the blender. I'm just pressing it. Now I'm going to dust off the extra powder. And just slightly to feel your under eyes now. If they still feel a bit tacky, add more powder, otherwise you're fine. And now again, I'm just going to blend it. I'm not taking any extra product, just using the same beauty blender just to make sure there's no creasing or cakiness. And also before you apply your powder now, try not to make a lot of facial expressions, especially laughing and smiling here, because if you have not set your foundation and the foundation is still wet, it's gonna set in your fine lines. Okay, so just try not to make any facial expressions. I'm talking right now for the video. Don't talk a lot. If you want to talk, just don't move a lot of skin, and if you see any creasing happening, just take your beauty blender and just tap wherever you feel it's creasing. And now that I've powdered my face, I'm using the Smashbox Primer Water. I'm not using this MAC Fix Plus at this point because the spray of it is not very smooth, so it does look patchy if you don't apply it properly, and if I apply a lot of it, it will take away all the powder I've applied. So I'm using the Smashbox Primer Water because the spray of it is very even. I'm just doing a light spray. You don't have to do it if you don't have dry skin. And also don't apply too much because you don't want to take away your makeup. I think I'm just going to do 3-4 sprays and then I'm going to stop. God, please stop me. Because once I start spritzing my face, I can't stop. Also, don't try to make any facial expression while your face is drying from the face mist. Okay, just a little bit. What this will do is, if you have any extra powder, it will just melt it down a little bit and make it look like skin. Make sure to apply very little if you don't want to melt down your makeup. Like usually I tend to go overboard with face mists because I like a natural dewy finish. But for this, there has to be some kind of powder, otherwise my makeup's not gonna last. Powder is what makes makeup last. So I'm using my MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation. Don't even look at it, it's completely broken. I've tried to fix it multiple times but it still keeps breaking, so I've given up. So just taking the broken powder on a tiny brush, and wherever I have that spot now, just applying it there and slightly dabbing it. I learned this from Desi Perkins because this just gives that extra coverage, where you need on those spots. This is in the shade NC40, by the way. Also applying it a bit here because I have redness there and on the sides of my lips. Now that my lip balm is kind of absorbed and there is a little moisture, but now I'm gonna use Too Faced Lip Injection because I want my lips to look plump, especially focusing on the edges of my lips because I want them to look plump. It just makes a tiny difference, not too dramatic. I wish it was more dramatic though. Now let's do eye makeup.